Live. All right, what's up, STE family? It's your boy Run It Once here with the Bucks.
Giannis God.
The Giannis God. What's going on, people? It's been a long time. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New
Hey,
Year.
hold on, man. You forgot one.
What's that?
It's Hanukkah,
Yeah,
Kwanzaa.
yeah.
You ain't black or something?
I said Kwanzaa.
Oh, you
I
forgot
draw.
Hanukkah.
I missed the Hanukkah. I mean, I know
Oh,
you got your little white girl,
you out here.
so I know
You out
you
here.
on that. I
Oh,
know
you
you
out
on
here on
that. I know.
you on your Kyrie Irving. I hate European shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what's up, everybody? It's been a long time. I definitely wanted to drop some content. So much has been going on in the league. It's been a eventful season already, and season starting to wind down. Playoffs is next Sunday, pretty much. So it's a lot to cover, and we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna start off with some of these crazy trades that's been going on. We're gonna start with the biggest one first, right? Sixers get Luka Doncic. Like,
Bruh.
can we just take a minute to say what the fuck? Like,
Can we take a minute to say, Ra, good job, man.
good
Fuck
job,
that.
yes.
Good job.
Applause,
Now if
applause,
you don't
applause.
now if you don't win a chip, niggas is never gonna let you live it down, Ra.
Because
I'm
this
just
team is
telling you.
crazy. This team is
You,
crazy. You have
you got a team like champ.
exactly, exactly. That's very wild. Embiid is still crazy in the paint, offense and defense. Luca is a huge guard, so that's already have defense there because he's so massive, and he's crazy on offense. Like, you still have James Harden. So the trade was, he got Luca, Dylan Brooks. Who else did he get? Luca Brooks and D Rose, and he sent out Maxi, Thibault, and Tobias Harris. Right. So
And
you
Dylan Brooks
didn't
not no
lose
slouch
no
on defense.
defense because you got Dylan Brooks back. So you lost a little bit of the steals, whatever, from Thibault that Thibault bring you, but you still have Melton, who has like a 96 steal, crazy or something crazy like that. Gold glove. This team can do everything. This team can do it all. So I don't know. It's pretty wild team. That's a wild team.
I like and Rod like to get fancy off the dribble and shit. So I think Luca is the perfect player for him. And now he got those moments where he can sit Harden for a quarter.
Right, right. That's the thing.
Harden can play at
His
eighty
stars are
percent
not going to be
and up
tired.
all game.
his
Like you got
his
that
stars are
option
not
now.
going to be tired. So like that, his rotation. It's so easy to figure out a rotation where you always have one superstar in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and your other two guys are resting or whatever. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna just say, in our practice game, he still took an L to your boy. I'm gonna just say,
Yeah. Hey,
and
but
it
you
was a
gotta be
whole lot of, I'm just been running my plays. I'm running different plays. I'm like, Rod, you've been playing the same way for 3 years, bro. I ain't see you do nothing different that game. But hey, but that's me though. You know what I'm saying? That's me though. So y'all don't expect to do that to Rod in the playoffs. But Rod, if you see me in the playoffs, you know what time it is. But that is the biggest trade for sure. There's been a lot of other really really interesting trades.
back. This has been a good trade cycle, man. Ain't
You
nobody
have
really
made
getting
a
raped.
couple of moves. You've made a couple of moves,
Oh, I had
right?
to, man.
So you traded KP,
The guy, big
the
man.
God, seven
Y'all know
three,
I'm a
one of
paint
your
master. I don't
trees.
shoot threes.
So you got rid of KP, who's center only this year. He cannot play power forward this year, center only, and you got back Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter Jr., and Okiki. Tell me about your trade a little bit. What was your mindset?
All right, so let me run this down to y'all. So everybody in the chat kept saying Trey don't do shit but paint mask, blah 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 blah. And I was like, it's valid because this is what I have options to. My two best players are paint players.
Right.
KP does not have a real three ball this year. It started like 74.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to play a certain way, but it also became easier to guard. And I was using Ricky Rubio for 2 quarters a game, and that's just not ideal for the way this
Right.
league is played.
Right.
And I also was an older team. Like none of my best players could be upgraded. That's why I was upgrading Grayson Allen last year.
Mm-hmm.
So at a point, I had to make a decision. Did I want to stick with that formula that hasn't worked for me yet? Mr. First Round Guy, or did I want to try something new? So I always been a Cole Anthony fan. So I had to swing for the fences. So I got Cole Anthony. Good speed with ball. He get a little shifty. He can
Cole
dribble.
Anthony is nice. Cole Anthony's got a
Yeah.
90 dunk, like an
Mm-hmm.
85 three, still upgradable. He's
Yeah,
nice. 80. I think he got like an 85 speed with ball too. So
yeah. So he's
Joe
solid.
Anthony's nice.
Wendell Carter Jr. I had to get another big back because I had somebody take KP place. Wendell
Right.
Carter Jr., who's not the best defender, he gonna get there. He gonna be ready for next season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Okiki, which is the underrated piece in this move, 85 steal.
Mm,
I ain't had nobody that can steal the ball before.
right.
Like I had to just hope I could stay in front of a nigga.
Yeah.
But 85 steal, 85 perimeter D, finna have anchor next season. Like he's something nice in the background.
Right in the
But
background. Right.
yeah, and for the Magic, y'all know he like talk. He don't even really be playing 2K. He just be trying to plant trees and shit.
It's
So
crazy, man. So
go
hold on.
ahead.
Let's take a second and
Oh, I
look.
know it by heart. I know it by heart. I'll tell you what the lineup is right now.
Tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
He got Anthony Black 6'7" at point guard. He got
Mm-hmm.
Franz Wagner at 6'10" at shooting guard. He
Right.
got Jonathan Isaac at 6'11" for real at small forward.
Uh-huh.
He got motherfucking Mo Bamba at 7'12" at center.
And don't forget Banchero,
And
6'10"
he
at
got
power forward.
Benchero at 6'10", 6'9" at power forward. Like his smallest player is 6'7". So really what bro do, which is ingenious, because 2K rewards height finally for real.
Yes.
So he just waits for the switches and gonna beat you to death if you got any small people on the court.
It's
If you can't
crazy.
play in the D, if you can't play D in the paint, he gonna kill you down there. You get caught in one of them switches, that 6'7" point guard is either gonna run past your center or post up your little point guard.
That's
You got to
true.
be very efficient to play against bro the way he built this team. And now I just gave him Porzingis. He's even bigger now.
Yeah. It's
Funny thing
crazy.
is,
It's crazy.
the only reason I even made this trade though is because KP doesn't have power forward on his player card. So there's no point he can ever play Bamba and KP together.
Right, right. But and that's fine because it's like KP, while he's not the best shooter, he still can stretch the floor just like Mo Bamba. So, you can kind of focus your upgrades on Bamba and still have an amazing center. Because both of those guys are going to be amazing, either starters or
Facts.
coming off the bench. So it doesn't really matter
Both
how
got
you play.
85 plus block
Hmm.
and 80 plus interior D. So don't
Right.
give me ain't no slouch down there, bro. You got to come correct when you come in, bro, down there.
Exactly. So I thought that was a great move for both of y'all. I think it helped both of y'all out. You got younger, he got taller. Both the things that y'all needed to do, and that was one of those moves that worked out perfectly. And then so let's stay on you for a second because you made another small move that kind of made me a little bit mad. You
Yeah,
gave
I know what you're
you
talking about.
gave
You
the
talking about the Nets.
Nets Bobby Portis.
So listen, let me talk about this. I've been telling people all season, come get Bobby Portis. He's very fucking cheap
Mhm.
because Bobby Portis is under contract for about 3 years. He wasn't really in my plans moving forward, and I wanted to clear up that cap space and get rid of Rubio as well. So the only
Right.
caveat to getting Bobby Portis
Portis.
was to take Ricky Rubio.
Right.
Ricky Rubio has an 83 3 ball, 80 interior D, like a 70 block or some in that range, if I'm not mistaken. A in rebounding on the card, like an 85 90 close shot. Like Bobby Portis is a very fucking good player, and he's fast at the 4 or 5. Like he's a fast player. That's what most people need to win for real with the way the league is playing.
Yeah.
People just didn't. I don't know. Maybe he ain't got a big enough name. I don't know what it was because I was telling people I almost took Malik Monk from the Nets the first day of the season. Only reason I didn't is because I didn't have nothing else lined up in the works. He
Yeah.
was super cheap, and then as soon as the Nets made the trade, now everybody want to come make all.
I mean, man, that's STE for you though. That's oh, I would have done this, I would have done
Yeah,
that. I know
and
y'all
now
see
y'all
that on the block
and,
chat. I know y'all see that.
and now y'all got to deal with the fact that the Nets, who was 46-4,
Hmm.
then added another dynamic piece for a 74 overall. That's what he gave me. He gave me a
Yeah.
74 overall, y'all.
He gave you a person he doesn't. I don't think I've
He
seen Joe
doesn't
Harris
play.
play. He
He does
doesn't
not
play.
play.
Yeah, so that was a big time move for what a lot of people think is the season's favorite, the champion favorite to win it all this year. So that's going to be interesting to see play out in the playoffs. It's going to be very interesting.
And for me, it just
Um,
cleared up cap space. I cleared that move alone, took $20 million off my books for next year.
right. So
And
it
with all
was
those
like kind
young
of like
players I
a
got,
forward looking move.
yeah, all the
Hmm.
young players I got on rookie deals. The only person on the big contract for me next year over is Giannis. So I have
Yeah.
Giannis and a bunch of small
Okay.
deals.
All right. You see, and this is we get a live look into the mind of a GM for all you guys that's struggling being a GM. Y'all need to listen to this. Put this on repeat. All right, because you see the foresight. You see the thought that's being put into the future. All right, that's all being a GM is about. And then the last big trade, then this one got a lot of slack, right? Bub the Blazers
Bub
traded
God.
Bam Adebayo and Greg Brown for I think he was like a number 2 or number 3 pick, Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson, crazy point guard. He's gonna be a god. He's probably got like 93 potential or something crazy like that. He's gonna be nasty. He's gonna be insane. So it's that was an interesting trade to me because I don't think that Bubba's gonna be able to compete this year, but for next year and on, is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
So that was that. I like that move for Blazers, of course. Getting an elite point guard is always a good idea. Always a good idea.
I agree. And one thing I want to say, Bam always gets traded for those elite guards because Bam is like that. That's one. But shout out to my trade last year.
Yeah.
But another story for another day, guys. But nah, so for a player like Bub who likes to play a certain way, I was kind of shocked to see Bam go. But the potential he has with Scoot, and we know like bigs don't typically, aside from maybe a big like Giannis, if somebody can play, bigs don't typically win you STE the way a guard will.
Right.
From the years I've been here, it's pretty much been a wing guard driven league with like best player wise.
Yeah.
They don't want
That
chip.
makes sense.
So for Bub, who's been a champion, who knows what it takes to win a ring,
Mm,
you kind of see where he leaning with this dynamic. He has a lot of dynamic, fast guards that can defend. Keon Johnson is another underrated player on his team
super
that if you
fast.
watch him
Very
play,
fast. Gonna be
super
insane
fast,
next season.
can play defense, can shoot, and can dunk the
Hmm.
lights out. He can score at all three levels, so it's harder to guard him. When it's harder to guard, you don't get those transition plays. You don't get a chance to build your confidence against Bud
Right.
because his guards also play defense.
Hmm. That's true. That's true. It was a very good move for Bub. So,
Yeah.
like it was just it's been a lot. I know we've covered a few trades, and that's there's been a shift in the league a little bit. Like a lot of things have shifted, a lot of things have moved around. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how all this plays out in the playoffs, and not only the playoffs, but also like into next season even. Because
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of this stuff, like you were setting up for the future. Raptors, we can talk about the Raptors trade a little bit. I mean, because it's like so from reading the chat, shout out to Raptors. I know Raptors gets a lot of slack. He cool with me, but I don't know about this move, bro. Just for the simple fact, I was with you when you said Luca for Maxi, okay, because Luca's not the easiest player because he's slow. Now Luca's crazy on the Sixers because he's technically a second or third option, essentially. So
Mm-hmm.
when he's like that, it's very easy to be good. But as a number one option, I think Luca's
Yeah.
very difficult if you don't have the
Yeah.
right pieces around him, right? But then you said something today that the plan was to get Maxi just to trade Maxi next
You
season.
never do that.
So now I'm not really with that move, but we're gonna see how that play out for you. I don't love it, but if you like it, I love it. Why not?
Let's
Why not?
but let's be honest. Floor's probably gonna get that nigga half his organization for Maxi.
Maybe he'll find a sucker. Maybe he'll find a sucker. Maybe he'll find a deal that makes sense. But I think it's very hard, I think it's gonna be very hard to flip Maxi for anything that you wouldn't have been able to get for Luca. So
Fact.
I don't know. I don't know. But he did get Thibault, right? Thibault's making like 18 million a year essentially. Great wing defender. So that cannot go understated. Thibault is one of the better. He's probably the best 3 and D player in the league because of what he can do on both sides. Like he can spot up in the corner, hit the open three, and he's gonna get you 2 steals a game minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great piece. So, but it's gonna be interesting to see what Raptors is able to pull off after this year. Every time I see him, he's like, "Oh, it's regular season. I don't care." I don't even think he's on track to make the playoffs though, so I'm not sure what he's waiting for. As far as like to try hard, maybe next season, but maybe we'll see Raptors in his final form next year. But we'll see. We'll see.
Not his final form. But yeah, I feel you. That's kind of how I viewed it the exact same way. Like I typically, unless I have another trade lined up, like okay, the other part of my next trade earlier was I got a first round pick, and I used that first
Mm,
round pick to get Asami Dang from the Thunder,
right.
who's a 20-year-old, 83 potential, 82 potential guy, 6'9", small forward. Like that's when I'll make a trade to make
Versatile.
another trade.
Mm-hmm.
I typically don't try to make a trade for a player today to trade them next year because the market shifts. You never
Yeah,
know what people are gonna, you know what I'm saying?
that's true.
But
That's true.
again,
You gotta. That's
no,
true.
I can't tell nobody how to GM their team either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what's best for you. Like, everybody told me I was crazy with trading Drew Holiday. Now he's been traded 54 times and nobody really likes him.
Yeah.
So, because it's still so low. Like, he ain't a clamp guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, so I'm gonna tell bro, do what works for you. Fuck all that noise. Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I definitely respect that. We are grown men out here. We all make our own decisions. Hey, if you don't know what's best for you, nobody else does. That's all I know. That's all
Thanks.
I know. All right, we're gonna cut this segment into two parts because I'm running out of time on my Zoom. But stay tuned, stay locked for part two. We're gonna cover scuttlebutt around the league. We're gonna cover the All-Star game, and we're gonna cover some off-season stuff because a lot of free agents is coming up in this off-season. So y'all stay tuned for that. All right, runner once out. Hit y'all boys later.